Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third installment of Decking the Halls with Don. I'm your host, Don Frost. So if you missed out on the first one, we are interviewing Christmas shoppers to see what kind of Christmas shoppers are out there. And for this week, we got Noelius. So Noelius, how about you tell us a little about yourself?
Hey, what's up? I'm Noelius. I love pizza and I love Christmas. How's it going?
And what are you most excited about for this Christmas?
What am I most excited about for Christmas? The decorations. I love going through those neighborhoods with all the Christmas lights and the deers out front.
And if you could get yourself one thing for Christmas, what would that be?
Man, if I had one wish for Christmas, if I can get anything I want, it would probably be, it's a tie between these two, so I really got to think about this. It's either going to be the most expensive nativity scene ever, like a real life-size diamond baby Jesus in a manger with like a real-life donkey, because those are pretty cool. Or Santa's sleigh, so I could deliver the pizzas. Probably Santa's sleigh though, because that thing's really fast, and you know, it's a lot of hills where I deliver, and I don't really like driving up hills because I'll be like, oh, my car's gonna slide back. Ah. But yeah, no, Santa's sleigh. I would want Santa's sleigh for Christmas. Yeah. All right, Don Frost. What do you say? Stay frosty.
Well, thank you so much, Noelius. And this has been Decking the Halls with Don Frost. Signing off. Stay frosty.
Oh my gosh, hi everybody! Welcome to my Christmassy house. This is yet another corner of my house that has been decorated. And there's been a Christmas miracle, y'all. My daughter got to come home for Christmas! Navya, say hi to everybody.
Hi guys.
Tell them where you're coming from.
I'm from India, but I go to Huntington University here in Indiana. It's a really small school, but yeah.
Yeah, and we love singing together. And I just in general love carols, but do they sing carols in India?
Yeah, that's all Christmas about in India. Carols. It's even we don't even do gifts that often.
What? I'm sorry. Wait. What? You don't do gifts?
Yeah, we don't. Caroling and being with the church family is all about Christmas. Because it's the best time for us to go out and share the gospel, since there's a lot of people in India who don't know about Christ. It's a comfortable time for them to get to know who Christ is. So we stay out late night, really late, like past midnight most of the times, just caroling around, dancing around. Who doesn't love to dance and sing? And if you guys don't, that's a problem.
So, Grinch on you and coal in your stocking. That's actually incredible. Navya shared that with me before, and I was like blown away that they spend their entire Christmas just caroling with their church family. And I was like, wow, it sounds like a dream come true. Yeah. And, one of the songs that we were just kind of strumming along to together is one of my favorites. It's called "O Come All Ye Faithful," and it's basically celebrating the fact that we get to come and worship God around Christmas time, which really is such a beautiful thing. And we see that happening in scripture over and over again from people. In fact, there's a couple of different groups that visit. Do you remember who they were?
If I get my story right, I think shepherds.
Ding, ding, ding.
Also the wise men.
The wise men.
I got it right.
You're so smart, Navya. Who raised you?
Oh.
No, wise men. Exactly. That's who we're actually talking about tonight is the wise men. Wise men are really interesting. Have you ever really thought about the wise men?
You know, not really, but I always thought they were a really interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
Who would if I was smart like wise men and rich like wise men, I would not travel all that way to go meet a baby that I don't even know if he's the Messiah. But it's so amazing and interesting that they traveled so far to just go meet this baby that they thought was the Messiah. So yeah, it's just so amazing.
It is interesting. It's super interesting, especially because, they're these rich and powerful intellectuals. And then you have King Herod in the story that we're going to read. I think we should read it in just a second. And they have such different reactions to learning about the Messiah coming. It really is fascinating. So you know what I think it's time for, Navya? I think it's time for some comfy Christmas story time.
Oh.
Navya, you might be new to this, but it's pretty simple. Okay. All you got to do is snap. Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Whoa.
Navya, do you know what comfortable means? What are you wearing?
Did I miss? I thought you said Chicago. Did I miss the memo?
You missed a major memo. We are definitely in Oakland, and you're way overdressed. Can we try this again, please?
Yes.
Comfy.
Okay,
comfy.
got it. Comfy.
1, 2, 3.
I got the memo?
Yes!
Okay.
Christmas comfy's where it's at.
Okay. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying,
Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him.
When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. So they said to him,
In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not the least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel.
Then Herod, when he had secretly called the wise men, determined from them what time the stars appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said,
Go and search carefully for the young child, and when you have found him, bring him back to me, that I may come and worship him also.
When they heard the king, they departed, and behold, the star which they had seen in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced in exceedingly great joy. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented gifts to him, gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
And there you have it. I think what's so interesting is that you have these two powerful groups of people, and one of them was afraid of having a Messiah, so much so that they sought to kill Jesus, whereas the others realized who Jesus really was. You can tell that because they spend the first Christmas worshiping Jesus, and they bring Jesus these 3 gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
That's really interesting, Like, I would never think of getting a newborn child frankincense or gold or myrrh. So what's that all about?
That's actually a really good question, Navya. I don't know how you're so smart. The gifts that they brought are actually fascinating because gold was really meant for kings, for royalty. And frankincense was what they would use in temples. It was meant to serve the deities, right? And then you have myrrh, which is probably the weirdest gift of all, because myrrh was really used for the dead. That's what they would put on their bodies. And so you have these wise men bringing a gift that says, you are the king, you are God, and you one day will sacrifice everything.
That is so amazing. That is just mind-blowing.
It really is. It's so interesting. And it's a great reminder for us too, because when the wise men came to Jesus, there's so much we didn't know about them. We don't know their real names. We don't know how many there were. Like, we don't know their personal business at all. But what we do know is that they chose worship. And they didn't just worship God, you know, the way we do, where we're like, here I am to where, you know, like they actually worshiped with not just words, but with their presence, traveling, and with gifts. They gave something. And it's such a good reminder to all of us this Christmas season that we are given an opportunity right now, even in this crazy pandemic, to worship the newborn King. And it doesn't just have to be through music, even though we both love caroling.
Yes.
We do love it. But it can also be through actions. And one of the questions that I want to pose for all of us today is, how can you worship the newborn King this season? How can you worship God with your actions, how you love others, how you take care of one another? And how can you worship God with your presence, spending time with God? And of course, how can you worship God with your words? Write your answers in the comments. What's one way you want to challenge yourself to worship God this season? And as you do that, I think that we should really close with some worship. I think that that would be appropriate, don't you, Navya?
Yes.
Why don't we just sing one really quick verse of "O Come All Ye Faithful"? Are you down?
Yeah.
Are you
Always.
down? Let's sing together. O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Just like the shepherds this season, I pray that you also will find ways to worship God. And until we see you next time, peace, love, joy, and hope.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Hey friends, it's that time again. We are gonna hop off here and we're gonna go on to Zoom. So let's go. Let's get on out of here. It's time. It's time to go on Zoom. Grab your paintbrushes, your canvas, your paint, your candle for Advent lighting. Let's go. Let's go!